They're going to eat her.
And then they're going to eat me.
Oh my God.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Witchfinger Horror Podcast. This is Yasmina, and to my left is Morgan.
Hello.
To my right is Megan.
Hello.
And tonight is a very special episode, in my opinion, because we're finally fucking watching Troll 2. And it's very exciting because Megan has never seen it, but we did make her watch the documentary, so she did watch that today. And are you excited?
I'm excited. I'm especially excited because in the documentary, the mom, the woman who plays the mom in this movie,
oh my God, the mom is
psycho. She compared this movie to Casablanca. She literally did. She said Troll 2 was comparable to any Humphrey Bogart movie.
Wow.
She
Oh
said,
my
yeah.
God.
So once she said that, I was like, well, I'm in. I'm fucking in then.
Well, because I remember...
Like, that's a huge deal.
Yeah, well, because I remember in the documentary, she's batshit crazy.
Yeah, she's got crazy eyes, crazy
she,
eyes.
Well, there was
hears
a sign
voices.
going up to her house, don't knock on my door unless you have, signed consent.
Yeah.
And, all this shit.
she's
mental.
She's
totally
a
mental.
shut-in. She's
yeah.
Crazy Howard
I just remember
Hughes.
where she was talking about hearing noises or something, and they were like, "Bah!"
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, you are insane.
Margot, that was her name.
Margot Prey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so basically, Troll 2 was directed by Claudio Fragasso, but he was credited as Drake Floyd.
I was
Oh my
going to say that
God.
Drake Floyd is such,
I know.
it's like a porn
they wanted to
star
give him an American name.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's an Italian screenwriter. So this movie was filmed in 1989. It was released in 1990 with a budget of $200,000.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, and it's got nothing to do with Troll 1. Absolutely
Which
nothing.
is a fabulous movie, by the way. I love it.
I just
don't
want to know
remember
how he
it.
got the rights to use that name.
Well,
how did he not get the pantsuit off?
It was the distributors.
Okay.
So basically, he is from Italy and was shooting the film in America, in Utah, and the distributors, basically the American distributors, didn't think that it would be a success as an indie film because originally it was just a movie called Goblins.
Yeah.
And then they basically made him change it to Troll 2 in an attempt to make it a sequel to Troll, even though it has nothing to do with it and there's no actual trolls in it.
Right.
And but they just wanted to do it, I guess, just so they can help with marketing and all that crap, but there's absolutely no connection to both movies, nor are there there's no trolls, and it's definitely on the list of the worst movie, one of the worst movies ever made.
What the fuck am I watching right now?
Okay, so
He's
right
eating
now,
green sour cream.
so the main kid Joshua, he is talking to Grandpa Seth.
Yeah.
But it's Grandpa Seth's ghost
Yeah.
because he's dead, and he's telling him the story.
Yeah, it's kind of like Never-Ending Story in the beginning, where he's
Princess
Grandpa's...
Bride.
yeah,
Bride.
sorry, that's what it is, yeah. Grandpa's telling him a story.
Okay, I like that broad had eyeliner drawn on freckles.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Dude, just wait. There's so many fucking ridiculous things about this movie. This movie is praised for how awful it is. And, it's so bad that it's fabulous. It's so fucking terrible. I cannot believe how bad this movie is. But I just absolutely love it. It's such a fucking hilarious movie.
Yeah. It's very cheap. Very on the cheap. Apparently all of the costumes were designed by a woman named Laura Gemser, who apparently out of the crew was the only person who spoke English.
Yeah.
On the crew, and that actually led to a lot of hilarity apparently. But she was a grindhouse and softcore Italian movie star. And she basically just threw all these costumes together, so did a lot of them herself, got the burlap sacks for the trolls and Halloween masks, when you saw those.
Legit Halloween masks.
Yeah, actual Halloween masks. Save for one, I think. They apparently did secure the rights for the original mask from Troll, the first Troll.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So the one little troll in the first one. Oh
There's
my god,
the crazy
there's Mom
mom.
Crazy Eyes.
She's fucking nuts, man. I remember actually there's one scene in this movie where she looks at the camera. She looks directly into the camera.
Oh yeah.
I've seen this movie so many times that my DVD skips.
So
like we can't even watch it on my DVD, but there's the best worst movie, which is the documentary on the film, and so that movie was released in 2009, and it was directed by Michael Stevenson, who plays Joshua in the film. And I was actually reading like an interview with him earlier today, and he was saying that he like everybody who did this movie, like after they did it, like they were so embarrassed that they didn't even put it like on their resume or anything like that. And then so years later, cut to like 2006 or something, like Michael woke up and was checking his MySpace or something like that, and he saw that there was like all these people that were like reaching out to him about Troll 2, and they had like found him and everything, and he like turned to his wife and said to her that he was like, I think I have something for a documentary here. Like he had like no idea that it was like actually like gained this like massive fucking cult following. And the movie was shot in a couple little towns in Utah, one called Morgan.
Yeah!
And Porterville. And actually you can see a giant M in the mountains in some shots.
Sweet.
Yeah, and one thing that, among many, that makes this movie so bad is most of the people in Troll 2 are inexperienced actors. Like, they're not even actors. They basically were just the town's residents, and they were assembled for the film. But I think it's hilarious that George Hardy, the guy who plays the father, he's a dentist, and he just showed up for fun. And they gave him, like, one of the main fucking roles.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, like, he was like, I just showed up for fun, and they offered me, like, a main role.
Yeah, I think that was the case, it seemed like, with everybody that's in the movie. It was like, most of the people answered an ad in the paper looking for extras in a movie, and they all went there thinking that they were just going to get, like, roles in the background or walk-on roles, and most of the people ended up actually being cast with speaking roles.
Yeah, my favorite is the Don Packard, the guy who played the store owner.
Oh
like,
my god, his story
owner
is amazing.
was actually a fucking mental patient.
Yeah.
And was just like,
Yeah,
that was his like day out, like
He was
day
out on
trip
a day pass.
and he was high the whole time. He was high
Yeah.
on weed, and while they were shooting his scenes, so his like sketchiness was just him being like stoned out of his mind.
Yeah, he said he wasn't acting at all. It was all real.
In the
Yeah.
documentary, there was like, they were doing a screening somewhere. Like, he lived in some small buttfuck town, and he flew like 10 hours to go to this screening. I think it was in the UK, actually.
Oh, wow.
And he just sat in the audience, and the guys putting it on were like, no, like, we brought you here so you can come up on stage. And he was like, oh, I thought you just wanted me to watch the movie. And they were like, what the fuck? No!
Oh my god.
Like, why would we
Amazing.
fly you down here for that?
Oh, fuck, man. I know. Like, another thing that makes the movie so bad is, well, Claudio, the director, and his wife, Rosella, she actually wrote the script, and he directed it, and both of them didn't speak fluent English, so the movie's scripts were read the way that they were written in broken English. And when the actors were like, and they were only given the scripts like scene by scene, like they didn't give it to them like the entire script,
so they couldn't
wouldn't let
see
them
that
read
the
whole
entire
thing.
story was a piece of shit.
It's like they couldn't even like practice.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, it's like, how do you think that you made a masterpiece if you didn't even let your actors like practice with the whole script?
Or how do you like do character development if you don't know where your character's going?
Exactly.
Like,
Where's the
how do
story
you
arc
figure
if you
out-
don't know where it is?
I know. Well, like he is known in Italy for being like an exploitation kind of like low budget director, but
Sweet.
still, like, it's just like whenever the actors actually like approached him during filming and they tried to tell him, like, offer their help to actually correct the grammar in the scripts, and he'd just be like, nope, just he just made them like deliver their lines like verbatim. And even though they were just
Good
like,
for him. That's so
okay,
funny.
like, even
Stupid
though the grammar
Americans.
like doesn't make sense at all, and like later on, like we were talking, like when they had like a panel was happening somewhere, and the actors were retelling this story, and the director, like Claudio, fucking interrupted the panel and like called them liars and was like, that's not the way that it went down, and like called them dogs on the stage.
Yeah, which is
Like,
crazy.
he's a psycho.
That's a little offensive.
Dude,
is this
I
the
know.
part? Is this the part
With
where
the dancing.
she talks about his balls?
She just hit him in the balls. He cut off your little nuts and eat them.
He can't stand you.
I like how, like, in the documentary when they're talking to her and she's saying that she's like, oh my god, it's so bad that I, like, removed it from my resume and blah, blah, blah. And the director was like, how dare you, like, insult my movie? Like, I made a masterpiece and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, there's a lot of relations between Claudio and Tommy Wiseau, I find.
Oh my
like, Tommy
God,
Wiseau
yeah.
with The Room, like, every interview I've ever watched with that man, he's like, ha ha, I made a fabulous movie. My movie is the best movie ever, ha. Like, that's how he talks. It's fucked.
Neither of them can see that it's just like people are not like laughing with them; they're laughing at them. You know,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really kind of sad.
I know. Fuck, man.
Like that guy thinks that Claudio thinks he made a masterpiece.
Yeah.
He really did.
Okay, so in a way he did, but not in the way that he thinks he
Yeah,
did.
Exactly, not in
exactly.
the way that
Yeah.
he intended. Because it did become a cult film, obviously, and a lot more people now, watch it, and it's screened often, and yeah.
Yeah, they have, like, people have, like, Troll 2 themed parties.
Yeah.
Like, there's screenings, like, that occur constantly. There was actually an event in the town of Morgan, and they had, like, an event and called it Nilbog. And they also, like, the Alamo Drafthouse Cinema screened the movie, and they turned Morgan into Nilbog. And people from all over the fucking world came to this. And
It's a big deal.
dude, I know, like, it's a big fucking deal. It's such a big deal that the mayor of Morgan gave Claudio a key to the city.
Aww.
Yeah, like, isn't that
fun.
insane? I love this part, by the way, when they're, like, on their way, like, in the car, and they start singing, row,
Oh my
row,
God,
row
it's
your
so
boat. She's
bad.
like, sing it, Joshua! Row, row, row your boat. It's like she's so hostile.
How is that her favorite song too? There was a clip of this in the documentary where she's like, I love that song. Are you fucking kidding me? It's Row Your Boat. That's like my jam.
I know. My jam is row your motherfucking boat. Yeah, it's ridiculous. There's so many amazing things about this movie. One little tidbit about the director, Claudio. His first movie that he directed was a movie called Monster Dog, starring Alice Cooper
What?
as a rocket star werewolf.
No, go on.
What?
Yeah, we need to watch this. It was released in 1984.
A rock star werewolf.
A rock star werewolf.
Monster Dog.
Played by Alice Cooper.
But
called
Alice Cooper's
Monster
in
Dog.
fact a good actor though. I've seen him do
Yeah,
some cool
he's in
stuff.
Freddy 6.
So
Yeah, but, like, the fact that this guy, Claudio, directed it makes me want to watch it even more.
Yeah, absolutely.
especially because Alice Cooper, he would have directed it like fucking 30 years ago, right?
Yeah, so, like,
So
84.
Alice Cooper
He was still
probably
pretty young.
So for Alice Cooper
His
to
20s?
be in his fucking prime,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
say yes, I want to do this, there must have been something about that movie that Alice Cooper like saw in
wow.
it. You know, like
I have no idea. Like, maybe they offered him
we should
some money.
probably do that.
Yeah, we need to find that movie.
It has a higher rating on Rotten Tomatoes than Troll 2 does. It's 18%.
Oh, wow.
IMDb 4.4. It says rock star Vince Raven returns home after 20 years to make a new music video. While filming, Raven is informed by the town sheriff that a mysterious wild dog has been killing people in the area. Oh my goodness.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it seems that years earlier, Raven's father was accused of being a werewolf and was subsequently murdered by the townspeople. Now everyone suspects Raven, including his girlfriend, Sandra.
Raven, go fuck yourself, Raven.
Like, I've been actually, I don't know, like,
bad.
we've had a love for, like, bad movies. Like, that's why we started this podcast. Like, we love bad movies because, like, they're so entertaining. They're so much fun to watch. It's obviously not something you would want to watch when you're by yourself. But, like, even just, like, as a group, like, watching Troll 2 or, like, Sharknado, like, while you're drinking a couple beers. That is, like, my, like, idea of, like, a great night, you know, like, how to have fun, you know? And so lately, it's like I'm in my early 30s and I feel like I have a good grasp of like all the bad movies out there, but there's still so many that I'm still discovering now. Like there's a movie that I kind of want to bring up. It's called Never Too Young to Die, and I just stumbled on this movie like we need to fucking watch this movie.
Is that the one with John Stamos?
Yes. So there's a movie. Okay, this movie, it came out in 1986. It's called Never Too Young to Die. It's got John Stamos, Vanity, and Gene Simmons. And Gene Simmons is like in drag the whole
duh.
movie. And like the premise is a secret agent is murdered and his son, a high school gymnast, teams up with a spy to catch the man who killed him. So Gene
just
Simmons like
sounds
plays the
so
murderer. But like if
bad.
you Google the photos, like if you just Google Never Too Young to Die and Google pictures, Gene Simmons looks fucking ridiculous. Like he looks like a maniac in drag. Like it looks so bad. And I'm just like, it's just one of those movies. I'm just like, how have I never heard of this?
I
You know what I
know.
mean?
I
Like,
don't
I'm just
know.
like, there's so much out there
Probably
that is
because
so bad.
it's so bad. Like
I wanna
anything that
watch
has
it.
anything to do with a secret agent from the 80s, it's going to be rotten. Also, I just
Yeah.
want to go back for a second about Monster Dog here. Apparently, it was released on Blu-ray and DVD of March 15th of this year. So you can get a copy of Monster Dog. if you
Oh,
want.
okay. All right. Yeah, I definitely want to watch that for sure. Like, it sounds interesting to me. But, so another great thing that I love about Troll 2 was Rosella Drudy, Claudio's wife, like she wrote the script as a way to express her frustration towards many of her
Yes.
friends who were becoming vegetarians. So she was like pissed off about her friends fucking becoming vegetarians
fuck over
and
it.
like thus having the goblins in the movie turning people into plants in order to eat them. And and there was such a large like language barrier between the Italian crew and the American like English actors that it just made it extremely difficult to like shoot and work with each other because nobody could fucking understand anybody.
Yeah, I could imagine
Like what a clusterfuck that is.
trying to take direction from someone who doesn't actually speak the language would be ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, not that these people were even really skilled at all with acting. A lot of them never had acted before ever, but maybe a little bit more direction and help would have improved things, I guess.
Yeah. There's so many things that just like tie together an awful movie, but like for like a good reason, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like it's so bad that like it's so good. Like fucking like what should we call the town? Like, oh, goblin spelled backwards. That's a great
Oh my
idea.
God. Nilbog.
Like, wow. I have a Nilbog shirt that I got off of, I think it was Shirt Apparel. Like, there's so much Troll 2 merchandise online. Like, there are so many fucking, like, Troll 2 tattoos that I've seen, like, everywhere.
All bootleg, of course. I'm sure Claudio's not getting a single cent.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to know why they decided that this would be a good place for a vacation. Just curious. Let's go to Nilbog, everyone.
Yeah,
Go on
like-
family vacation to this deserted town.
It's probably the fucking psycho mom's idea.
Look at those jeans. Oh, the mom jeans are out of control.
So they're doing, like, an exchange thing,
Yeah,
right?
like a vacation exchange with another family.
Oh, it's like wife swap.
Yeah, family
Yep.
swap. Oh, and this guy that he's like swapping the house with, like the dad has, they've all got like weird like
Marks.
marks all over their
Mark of
faces.
the devil. It just looks like gum. Or they all
Yeah.
have herpes on their
Yeah.
face.
I know. If I saw like one look of them, I'd be like, I'm not fucking sleeping in your house.
Yeah.
Just shove
Fuck
past
that.
them.
I love the dad. I love him so much.
Yeah, he's trying really hard. You
Yeah.
can tell.
I love it, like in the documentary, like when they showed the screening, like in his city, and like all of his like friends and like dental patients like showed up, and he's just like having a laugh with them.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's so
So
adorable.
It's nice that you can, I'm sure like some of these people have felt lasting effects of being in Troll 2, but I
Yeah.
mean, if you're already a dentist, you're making lots of money, he's probably got a great life.
Dentist in America?
Yeah.
Man, he's set.
Yeah, it's good that he can have a laugh about it. Most of these people probably didn't get any work after the fact.
Even the way the mom just like turned right now to like just say something to Joshua, like it was so abrupt. She was like turn quickly,
One of
Joshua.
those things where I haven't obviously seen the movie, and I've only seen, like, what are we, fucking 10 minutes into it right now?
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
like that?
you're probably gonna watch it, like want to watch it again.
Oh, I have to.
Yeah,
But it's one of those things where it's like, I know we're already saying, like, none of these people are experienced actors, but can you imagine, like, Tom Cruise in one of these roles, or, like, a blockbuster actor? It would make it almost even, like...
not as good.
Even,
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they need to be a bunch of hillbillies.
Yeah, I just like
Did they just
out
have
of the
to-
whole family, it's like the mom is like you can just tell how fucking crazy she is.
She has
'cause she's
surprise
got-
eyes all the time.
Yeah, she's got fucking crazy eyes, and like is the only one that's like making like too much of an attempt to act, and like she looks crazy. Grandpa Seth, he's warning
Grandpa.
Joshua not to eat the food, all the green food.
Yeah, I love it. They've got like icing and green cake.
But red apples? They
Yeah.
couldn't fucking find green apples. It's a common produce. Like,
Yeah.
ridiculous. Well, Joe D'Amato, he was the producer, so he's an Italian producer, and he also has a history of directing low budget movies and exploitation, like pornographic films, like especially the ones with like women in prison, and they reused the burlap sacks and masks from Troll 2 he's got these movies, there's 4 of them, there's 4 of them, they're like a barbarian franchise
Ator.
films, they're called Ator, like A-T-O-R, and they're basically a ripoff of Conan the Barbarian. Like it was like after Conan the Barbarian came out, he made Ator, but he did 1 and 2, and then someone else did 3, and then he did 4, because he hated how the third one came out, and he was like, this is garbage, like, I'm gonna do it again, and I'm
pretty
gonna
sure-
show number 3.
1 and 2 are probably garbage also.
I know, but
Just
there's actually
saying.
a really interesting thing about the fourth Ator. I don't even know if that's how you say it, but that's how
Yeah.
I'm saying it.
Ator.
Ator movie. Okay, so technically, get this, Troll 3 does exist, but twice. So there's technically 2 sequels to Troll 2. So one is called The Crawlers, and just like Troll 2, it's got nothing to do, like how Troll 2 has nothing to do with like Troll 1.
Yeah.
Like it has nothing to do with Troll 2, but that The Crawlers was like the working title for like Italy and everything, but it was called like Troll 3 like in America or North America or something like that. And so that one was directed by Joe D'Amato and Fabrizio Laurenti, and the other sequel is called Quest for the Mighty Sword,
Oh.
which is technically, this is so fucking confusing, I don't know why they did this, is technically the 4th film in the Ator series, which was directed by Joe D'Amato, but
it's a
because he
sequel to
was so
Troll?
upset, no, get this, because he was so pissed off about how shitty the other person did the 3rd Ator movie, that he basically just like rewrote it, and has the other working title was Ator 3, The Hobgoblin. And so then the Hobgoblin is the character that wears one of the burlap sacks and masks from Troll 2.
Oh, okay, so they make an appearance then. So
Yeah.
like, people were kind of like, oh, well, so it
Yeah.
looks just like the trolls from the movie, so
But
it
that's
must
so
be a
confusing.
sequel?
It's like, so there's 2 sequels, but they have different titles, but one of them is the 4th in a series, but called the 3rd one. Like,
Because
what?
Because he didn't want to acknowledge the
That
third
the 3rd
movie.
Ator movie was
Yeah.
was like part of the series, because he was like insulted by it. So confusing.
That is so fucking
I know.
weird.
By the way, so we just watched the scene where he pees on the food.
You can't piss on hospitality.
I know. Okay, so like he fucking doesn't want his family to eat the green food, or else like they'll turn into plants, right? And so fucking Grandpa Seth is like, you need to stop them, and he fucking gets up on the table and like pisses on the floor, and then he gets grounded. And the funny thing about that scene is that actually wasn't in the script. And originally, it was actually just supposed to be Joshua, like, and he did it. He shot it once, and he was supposed to stand on the table and yell, I'm possessed, I'm possessed. But then when they shot that scene, Claudio, like, pulled him aside and told him to pee on the food instead, which rendered him speechless. Like, he was like, did I just hear that? Like, is that what you want me to do? You want me to pee on the food? Like, this, can you imagine, like, how old was he when he was in this movie,
Like-
Michael Stevenson?
Like probably like 12.
Yeah, like 11 or something
Yeah.
like that. Like an old, weird, fucking foreign Italian
Yeah.
dude telling
Just
you to take
pull
your
it out and
little
piss
wiener
on it.
out and fucking pee all over the food. Like,
So strange.
Wait, do you think he like actually peed with his dick? Like peed? Or like they poured water and he like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't
well,
know.
because we don't actually see, in the movie, like, we don't actually see pee coming out or anything, so it's just implied. But, like, he probably didn't actually whip it out because there's, like, law issues.
Yeah,
with, like,
then that would
children.
get into
Yeah.
some clown house territory.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
But yeah, like, pretty fucking random.
So I feel like every character in this fucking movie is weird as fuck.
Oh,
in
yeah.
real life. I mean, the characters are written
Yeah.
as they're written, but in real life, all these people seem to be really fucked up.
Yeah, most of them were just the people who just lived in the town.
I mean, the director's clearly fucked up.
Yeah,
the
all
mom's
the Italian
fucked up.
crew people
The
are
fucking
fucked up.
shop owner was fucked up.
Yeah.
The dad, he's a great guy, but he's loony. Like, he's obviously cool as fuck. But
Yeah, but he's
like,
not an actor.
Yeah.
He's just a weird, like, kind of guy.
Yeah,
Like, he's just a
he's
weird
like a
old
friendly,
guy.
like
Yeah.
white picket fence kind of dad.
Yeah, like
I know.
everyone's kind of got their like weird quirks. Is this really happening?
Yeah,
right
this
now,
is
or
really
this a
happening.
dream?
Yeah, so the blonde girl was like running away from the goblins, and so she ran into Arnold, which is one of the sister's like boyfriend's friends.
And they're camping out in the woods or whatever.
Yeah, and so he's just trying to convince them to leave her alone, and then they're like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna throw my spear at you."
Oh, I got him.
He got him right in the shoulder. Isn't that also kind of like fucked up that? Okay, so the what was the sister's boyfriend's name?
Oh, I can't remember what his name is.
Well, so she's going on a family vacation, and they follow.
Yeah, that's
He
a little
brought
bit
his
when all their friends
buddies
come?
to rent a fucking camper to follow her family to like a fucking vacation. Like, that's some psychotic behavior. That's abnormal.
All right, now she's taking injured Arnold to what looks to be an abandoned church. There's a torch out front, so somebody's home.
The witch is home.
Oh, it's a spooky place. Oh, that's a nice bed.
Yeah, that is a fucking
Oh,
sweet bed,
yeah.
actually.
That looks just like a Halloween like setup. It's so ridiculous, like the bubbling cauldrons and stuff. It's too much.
And it's like, I feel like if you just walked into this place and you're running away from goblins, maybe don't stay if you see like a boiling cauldron.
Yeah,
And
that's
like
fucking weird.
like a ritual kind of setup going on. Oh, here's
a little
the goblin queen.
Oh,
It's like,
brutal.
you know
So
what?
brutal.
You know what I love
Yeah.
about the acting though in some of these
like
like
high
characters?
school.
Like it's like community theater.
Yeah, absolutely.
Acting. It's like overacting. I love her.
It
She's
goes
just
beyond
ridiculous.
community theater. It goes to like high school. This is like
Yeah.
someone in grade 6 dressed up as an old woman.
Yeah.
Her makeup.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Like you can just tell that they had like she's got like spray, like gray spray in her
Oh, yeah.
hair.
They could have probably like hired someone a little older to look like a witch.
Yeah.
I
think
personally
they
think
they
that the
didn't
mom
hire
should have been
anyone.
hired as the witch.
Oh fuck, I know. That actually would have been pretty interesting
Yeah.
if the mom was the witch. That would have made it even worse.
There is no hospital in the book. Oh, just this cauldron of bubbling stuff. Oh, and that human skull up top. Also, here, just, drink these bubbling, frothing mugs.
And also, Deborah Reed is the woman that plays the Goblin Queen. This is the only thing that she's ever acted in. It's like their only credit on IMDb.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It
And
probably
actually,
ruined
she
everything.
made her own costume with articles that she already owned because they just couldn't find anything appropriate enough for her role, like from the local costume store. So those are her clothes
Oh.
that she like put together and designed.
I mean, it
Also,
looks
why
good.
the fuck are they drinking
Yeah!
like something that a creepy witch woman offered them in like a obviously ritual setup
That's
church?
frothing. Like, it looks like it... obviously, there's dry ice in it. Like,
Yeah.
don't be drinking that shit.
And look at her face.
Oh
So
my
she's like
God.
filled with excitement that she's like
Possessed.
barfing up green.
She has coke eyes.
Yeah. Cocaine eyes.
She does. She has cocaine eyes, and her
That's a
skin.
Neil Young song. Your favorite, Morgan.
The Stones do that too.
Oh.
That's what it sounds like.
Oh, and you know what else? She's got flawless skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but and then they just put brown shit on her teeth.
Super flawless.
I know. Like, what about the family where they put that gum on them? Like, they could have put some gum or something on her face.
Yeah, giving her like some like boils or something.
She's got like perfect blush.
Yeah, no, her makeup, I
I
mean,
know.
it's a little much.
She
but
did it
it's-
herself, so she probably she still wanted to look somewhat pretty.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
So the girl is leaking
green from her
green
head.
slime.
It's very dramatic, her
Oh, she's humping.
death here. Oh my god.
Well, and
his
why can't I
acting-
move? There must be a logical reason for this.
His fucking acting is so bad.
I love him. The guy who plays Arnold. She's drowning in green slime.
Oh. One with the
Oh
vegetable
my
world.
goodness.
I love how he's just standing there the whole time, just like.
Because he can't move. He's paralyzed.
I know, but it's just like his
Yeah.
face.
That happened really fast. I
Yeah.
didn't think her change was going to be so fast. Is she wrapped in a lettuce leaf?
Oh, here come all the goblins.
Burlap sacks.
All excited with their non-changing faces. Like, oh, and I think the mask that they reused for that tour movie, they like actually only made. Oh wait, you have to turn this up here. I like how like during that oh my god scene that there's like a fly crawling around his forehead. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Right, the mask. So the mask that they reused, like there was only one that they actually like put like animatronics into, so the mouth moved.
Right.
But like for one of those like tour movies or whatever. But that's
Right.
it. They just made changes to one. So here's the scene where the sister is dancing in the mirror, and it's
She
amazing.
got a lot of grief for this, eh? I heard that, like, when the movie first got released and she was reading a lot of the comments about it, it was like, man, like, the sister's dance scene was so bad. She
Oh.
was so bad. Like, she got, like, attacked.
Yeah, I know. I remember her being
Poor
like
thing.
upset about it at one point, right?
But
Yeah,
it's pretty
super
amazing.
upset.
Yeah, her
super
name is
upset.
Connie Young. Her character's name is Holly. That's it. But I love how she's like doing like the upside down glasses with her hands. And like I've seen like people who like have met her who like take their photo with her and they're like doing that in the photo,
my
like the
God.
upside down glasses with your hands.
I think she's actually very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's super cute.
Grandpa Seth just popped up in the mirror.
This is the part where the mom looks at the camera.
Ooh. He seems to always have his shirt open there. in
Yeah,
Daddy-O.
like, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Dad bod. Dad dentist bod. DDB.
He literally looks like an all-American man.
Yeah,
Just
he
Yeah, he
does.
look
probably
at it.
played
He's like a-
football in
yeah,
high school or
Straight
something.
white teeth,
Yeah.
blonde hair, fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can just like hear like an eagle sound
Yeah.
behind her.
America.
Fuck yeah.
Well, at least Connie's still acting. Like she's been in other things as well. Not very many. Like she only has 13 credits. but
Something
she's
called
still-
Ice Spiders.
Yeah, Ice Spiders. It's a TV movie.
Oh, I want
Ouch.
to know. I'm gonna look that shit up. Oh dear.
Ice Spiders, eh?
Giant mutated spiders terrorize members of an Olympic ski team
Oh my god.
Wow.
after the monsters escape from a government lab.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
Yeesh.
I also discovered there's a folk band called Troll 2.
No.
Yeah, based out of
Folk?
Boston.
Oh, I
yeah,
love folk.
yeah,
Good for
they're
them.
like rocky folk, but they're based out of Boston, and yeah, they're called Troll 2. And there's also a musical parody in Hollywood, so
What?
that would be interesting to see the musical.
Of Troll 2?
Yeah, yeah.
Now I wonder where the royalties are going for that.
Who knows? Probably Claudio and his wife,
I'd like to think so.
or probably the distributors, the American distributors.
How does that work,
Oh,
actually?
I don't know.
Because, like, the directors sell the rights to the distributors, and distributors then make all the money. There's so many people with their hands in
It's
the
complicated.
pot. Everyone's got
I
their
know.
fucking hand in the money pot with movies, eh?
Yeah.
Well, from what I understand, I think it's like you license. It depends on how you do it, but like you can license to different territories,
Yeah.
and then they have the right to use it how they would like, but you'll still be getting a royalty, and oftentimes they'll give you an advance for it too. So
cool.
they'll say, okay, well, we'll pay you $20,000 US for the rights, and then they can just do whatever they want with it. But then in terms of sales and things like that, the director and the crew and whoever else, producer or whatever, would get like a percentage of that. So
Cool.
the director's definitely still
Fascinating,
making
honestly.
money off of it, off the DVD and whatnot. But probably I wouldn't say like a lot of money. Ooh.
She's pouring. The mom is pouring like the
Nilbog
spoiled milk down the drain.
They're the least compatible actors as far as a couple goes that I've ever seen.
Oh
on
my
I know,
God,
I know.
yeah.
Like the father and the son are crazy compatible.
Yeah.
Like I love the part when he's taking him to his room for like peeing on the food.
Right, yeah.
Like you can't piss on hospitality. I think they like in the documentary, didn't they like recreate that scene
Yeah,
where he like
a million
actually like
times.
held like Michael Stevenson like as an adult?
But a million times. And then he said the dad, what the fuck is his name? Why can't I remember all of a
Like
sudden?
his
Henry?
real name?
Yeah.
His real name is
George Hardy.
George Hardy.
Hardy.
He said, he's like, I'm so sick of saying that line over
Yep.
and over.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, it gets so old because people always ask you to do the same fucking line.
Oh yeah. Oh, this guy's going for a jog here with his backpack on.
That would be really annoying because then the backpack would be bouncing
Bounces
around.
up and down.
And your back would be so sweaty.
that.
Ew. That's what a fanny pack's
What
for,
an
brother.
idiot.
Yeah, what a loser.
I have a fanny pack.
Yeah, you do.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's neon pink and neon green. It's actually legitimately from the 80s.
Oh yeah.
I like that you
back.
can wear them around your waist, front, back, or side, as well as across the shoulder, like
Oh,
a
yeah.
Klingon war sash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like didn't like fanny packs like make a comeback again like a few years ago and then
Dude,
it died
yeah.
again.
Oh
Well,
no, they're still around.
The
They're
hipsters
still around.
like dominated it for a bit, and I was like, But you got a good one. Yours isn't hipster.
Mine
Yours is like
is legit.
Yeah.
I have the original, man. The original
Remember
one, man.
back in like the 90s when you used to be able to buy backpacks or fanny packs that were made and they were made to look like they were sewed with different patches of leather. So it'd be like,
Yes.
oh,
I do. Do you remember in the 80s the fucking like windbreakers that turned into a fanny
yeah,
pack?
fuck yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh
had
my
a blue
God,
one.
I remember that.
Yeah, I
Like
had a
body
blue
glove
one.
and shit.
Oh
used to
my
make
fucking
those.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, so you could like take your jacket and then if you didn't want to wear it, you could just like pack it away and then clip it onto your front and look real cool.
Yeah. Look real cool.
Also, I don't know about you guys, but like if I don't care who it would be, even if it would be a trustworthy sheriff, if he handed me a sandwich that was like gushing with like green looking cream cheese, I probably wouldn't eat it.
Yeah, no.
Just saying.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, look at this sausage
It's like everybody in
fest.
this movie is stupid except for the son, Joshua.
Yeah.
Actually, this guy with the that was jogging, one of Arnold's buddies there, kind of looks like legitimately looks like Marilyn Manson, like Brian Warner,
Yeah.
like before he became Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, I could,
Like
yeah.
I always thought that guy looked like Brian Warner. And he's just in the store, and there's like fucking brains in jars, and doesn't think anything
Unrefrigerated
is
milk.
out of the usual. Well, here's the
Yeah.
crazy store owner stoned on weed. Look at him.
Oh my God. Yeah, like this guy is the creepiest guy in the whole thing.
Yeah, because he's an actual mental patient.
Yeah.
I like. There's another fucking bowl of red apples. Like, why didn't they get green
Yeah.
apples? Do green apples not exist in Utah?
I don't know. It's really
Mormons
weird.
have
yeah.
a problem with green apples.
Nilbog milk.
Vitamin D milk. Vitamin Dick milk.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that the so like obviously like the oh my god meme, the oh my god and Garbage Day from Silent Night and Light
Garbage
Deadly
Day.
2. They're the most popular horror memes on the internet. I love that fucking scene so much. Too bad, like the movie Silent Night, Deadly Night 2
Isn't the best.
It's like you just have to skip like an hour because the first half of the movie is just like the retelling of what happened in the first
That
one,
was
and then they
really
just
bizarre.
show, and they
That
just
was
keep showing
fucked.
scenes from the first movie where like, and it's like, and then the guy is like back in like the jail being interrogated, but as soon as he escapes and then does the Garbage Day scene is incredible.
Yeah.
Garbage Day. Ha 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 ha. Riff Tracks, the guys who the Mystery Science Theater guys, they did Troll 2. I need to watch that because I love Riff Tracks.
Yeah,
like, I went to
bet
go
you that would
see.
be amazing.
Like, I went to go see Riff Tracks 2, The Room, and it was so fucking funny. And I think I saw them do Night of the Living Dead. The best one that I've ever seen, though, was Starship Troopers.
Oh, my
Holy
God.
motherfucking shit. The Riff Tracks Starship Troopers is hilarious. Like, seriously, you should fucking buy it. Like, because you can buy all of the movies that they talk over, like, on their website. And, like, I want to buy the Starship Troopers one because it's, like, ridiculously funny.
Awesome.
Like,
That's a really bad movie.
I was
so
laughing so hard in the theater. Like, I was crying. Like, I couldn't stop crying. It was so amazing.
I actually really dig this broad. The witch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like her expressions. I like her big eyes.
I know.
And like her mannerisms. She's cute. She's not a witch by any fucking means.
She's a queen. A goblin
or
queen.
a queen or whatever. She's not portraying that at all, but I'm enthralled with her.
I mean, for something that you've never acted in anything in your life, and this is the only thing you've ever acted in, like,
Those balls.
she's better than a lot of people, probably.
Well, it's supposed to be over the top, I assume.
Yeah. I also like that, okay, so the guy Arnold that says, "Oh my God," his real name is Darren Ewing, and he had to stand in this pot here, so he's like turning into a plant, and he had to stand in that pot for 14 hours. And get this, they screwed not another pair of shoes, his own shoes to the base of the pot.
Cheap ass.
I know, right?
Ass motherfucker.
It's like, those are
They
my
ruined-
shoes.
they
Like, can't
ruined
you?
her
replace my
shoes?
shoes?
That's
Yeah,
so
like, are
messed
you
up.
fucking kidding me?
Fuck.
Yeah. I'd be so mad. I'd be like, these are my shoes. Fucking find another pair of shoes.
And
to,
that's
like,
why when you
screw
were
the-
saying about that witch queen making
her own costume?
I was kind of
Yeah.
like, why am I not surprised?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they had to keep the budget down, I guess, you know?
Oh, for
Just like-
fuck's sake.
Yeah.
$200,000 won't go a long way, like, while making
Well,
a movie.
no, but as a director, and I've never been one, but as a director, I feel like I'd be like, you know what? I will go into my own closet. They're not going to fit you,
I
but
know.
no one's going to see that because your shoes are going to be fucking...
I know, right?
Like, I would make it work with what I had. I wouldn't make my actors...
It's further proof that Claudio was like probably a dick to work with. Like,
Oh,
during
like a
this whole
man diva.
movie.
Whatever the man diva is
Yeah.
what I feel like he was being.
Amoeba?
A
Mulva?
Devo?
Mulva?
Devo. Yeah, Devo works.
Mulva? It rhymes with female anatomy.
What was the other name that George came up with?
Okay, so her real name was Dolores.
Dolores.
Malva.
Oh, there was one that rhymed with nipple that George said. It was, oh, fuck.
Ew. Milk was a bad choice. The original jogging and drinking milk scene.
Oh my god.
Gipple.
Gipple.
We're talking about that Seinfeld episode where Jerry's dating the girl that she has a name, but he doesn't know what her name is, but all he knows is that it rhymes with like a female body part. And he's like trying to guess it during the whole episode, and Mulva is hilarious. Loriola was the other
Oh
one.
my god.
And Gipple.
Oh my god.
That's
Bovary.
fabulous show. That's a fucking rad skateboard, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's super
I had
80s.
one like
Creature
that in the
green and
80s.
black?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That had like the bump piece, I guess,
Yeah.
like under in the back.
Did any of you guys in your travels about reading up on this movie see that there are plans for a Troll 2 sequel?
Yeah, and well, it's weird though because there aren't set in stone plans.
Yeah,
They're
like
just,
they talked about
Yeah,
it.
like Claudio like asked Michael to come back to play Joshua like again, and it's like the fans voted for the title.
Yeah, and it was Troll 2 Part 2.
Which is hilarious.
Oh,
That would be
it would be
amazing,
so
actually.
perfect.
Well, apparently 2 other fucking people have ripped off the Troll 3
Yeah.
name, so
Yeah.
like, what are you gonna do? Okay, so here we are. They're scooping some sort of... Is this that magic potion that turns them into plants?
It's like yogurt.
It looks like it. Actually,
It's
that looks
magic yogurt.
That looks really tasty, actually. I would totally be into that.
It was like rice pudding.
Yeah, with raisins in it. That's like pretty traditional.
Okay. So, I kind of wanted to. We recently did Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and we talked about. Oh fuck! I forgot about this. I love the mask with the tongue, like human tongue, like licking the fucking dirty, gross, like green teeth is hilarious.
Ew, that was really like sexual.
Eat this fucking yogurt, kid. I swear to jizz on it. They probably got like the mental patient dude to fucking jizz in the yogurt, and he's freaking out.
Dad to the rescue.
DDB to the rescue. That dentist body.
What are you doing to
These
my
guys are like,
son?
what, man? Nothing.
Yeah,
The
nothing's
guy
going
with the
on.
bolo looks like a cult leader for sure.
Yeah, well, anybody with a bolo.
Yeah, that's
As a cult leader. But yeah, so since we recently did Killer Clowns from Outer Space, we did talk about like our favorite like silly comedy horrors. So we were kind of like, what should we talk about in this episode? So I just made like a very like brief like paragraph or whatever, like, and I just wanted to talk about like really bad movies that are like known for being really bad, but people love them. So I think like the OG original bad movie is Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
always on at least top 10 lists as being
Yeah.
one of the worst movies
It
ever
is
created.
the worst movie.
And it's
The
bad.
first worst movie ever fucking made. And like Ed Wood, I think he was an alcoholic. He did a lot of like I don't remember if it was like heroin or meth or something, but he
Like opium?
Yeah, opiums, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like a cross-dresser, like he was a fucked up guy.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
I tried to, like, I think I actually did. I have successffully seen Plan 9 from
for
like
you,
the
'cause
whole
I
movie.
couldn't-
I know.
I
It
couldn't.
was a long time ago though, but it's like once you've watched it once, you don't need to watch it again. But it's definitely like it goes down in history, I think, in my opinion, as like the first like very awful movie.
Yeah.
But it's like still considered a like I don't want to say like good, but people appreciate it, you know, like as like a work of art, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
as like a masterpiece in that way. Like it has a
Yeah.
67% on Rotten
What?
Tomatoes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I would not expect that.
I know.
It's so bad that
it makes
it's
like
good.
no sense
Yeah.
too. Like I just remember being very stoned when I watched it, and it was probably like 10-15 years ago, and I can't believe I fucking sat through the entire fucking movie. But yeah, like I still praise Ed Wood though for just making
yeah.
all those like terrible movies. One of my favorite fucking bad movies, like I mentioned Tommy Wiseau earlier, is The Room. That movie is, oh my god.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
He reminded me of Danzig.
Yeah, no, he totally does. Yeah, he totally looks like Danzig. He's a fucking psycho too. He did this commercial, I think it was for JCPenney or something like that. But
Oh my God!
Yeah, I'm serious. He did a commercial for like a Labor Day weekend sale at JCPenney or one of those fucking like
What? Are you
stores.
serious?
Yeah, and I watched it's like a commercial, and he's sitting at a pool with like two other girls, and he's like saying, "Oh, have a good weekend this weekend, blah blah. I'm Tommy Wiseau, ha ha." And then like the one girl, they're in their bikinis, and like they have a beach ball, and the one girl throws it to the other girl, and the other girl like catches it, and he's like, "Hey, you caught it, yeah."
Oh my god.
Monotone as fuck.
I know, it's ridiculous. Like I don't like. He's such a weird fucking guy. And it, I don't know. Like it impresses me when people who are like that weird, but think that they're intelligent creatures, you know what I mean? Like he thinks that he also made a masterpiece, just like
Yeah.
Claudio, like with
Yeah,
Troll
yeah,
2.
yeah.
Like he thinks that The Room is a work of art. You
I
know
think
what
there's
mean?
an actual diagnosis for that, though. You know what I mean? Like he's
Like,
he's
have you
got
guys
a
ever thought
problem.
that maybe they have made masterpieces and it's the rest of the world who are all fucked up?
And sorry, I stand corrected. It was for Urban Outfitters.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Yeah,
even worse.
we're gonna watch it later, but you guys just Google Tommy Wiseau Labor Day, and there's a commercial. It's about a minute for like he's like wishing everybody like a happy Memorial Day, and he's just sitting by the pool with like these two girls in bikinis, and he's like, haha. Like I love the way he fucking talks. Like I love the part in the movie. Everybody fucking knows that part in the movie where he's like, I swear I did not hit her. I did not. Oh hi Mark. Like that movie is ridiculous. I love it. And like the part where they're like in their like suits or tuxes and they're playing like football in the alley.
God.
Like what? And the part where he goes to the flower shop.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
And talks to that woman. He's like, hi doggy. Oh hi doggy.
Oh,
that movie's incredible.
That's a pretty bad mask.
Yeah, because he's turning into a plant. Yeah, it just looks like mud. It actually does. It just looks like mud with like green ooze.
Yeah, it's weird that it doesn't go anywhere else other than his face. It's not down his neck or anything like that.
Yeah, I know.
Budget. I understand.
His buddy, Arnold's buddy, is trying to save him and moving the pot.
Oh, horrible.
So another really bad movie. Megan's laughing at Arnold's buddy trying to move him in the pot.
It's so bad.
I know. Was this as bad as you thought it was gonna be, or like?
It's like I wish I could appreciate all the little, because I know there's like the big moments that everyone knows about, but I wish I could appreciate all the little moments. But
you'll have to
so
watch
much
it
to
like
about.
I know you'll have to like watch it sometime and actually pay attention to the dialogue.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Because that woman just backhanded him and he flew across the room and landed on her bed. Like that's a mighty backhand.
It's impressive.
Like the little details.
She's got goblin powers.
So bad.
But yeah, so another movie, a bad movie that is notorious for like its praise. I still haven't watched it, but I watched a Vice documentary on it, and I've seen scenes from it. But Birdemic.
Oh my god, I knew you were gonna say
that.
that.
So we should
so
probably
bad.
watch Birdemic sometime, like when we're not recording, like just for fun. But I watched the Vice documentary, and the director is adorable. Like he's not a dick, so that actually makes me want to watch the movie more. But the actors in Birdemic are like even worse than the actors in The Room. Like it's so bad. And like the CGI, they just CGI like birds exploding, and it's just like cartoon fire. Like it looks awful. I mean, like The Room has a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes and Birdemic has 20. And I know, Megan, you haven't seen The Room, but we made her watch some clips of The Room, and like, can you imagine how bad Birdemic is? It's like worse than The Room.
Oh yeah, the CGI was, from the clips that I saw, it was awful. Like,
Yeah.
the birds like
They like explode, and it's
well,
like
I just remember they were like in front of their car, and there's like 3 of them coming, and they're like, "Oh my god, no, they're coming!" And then the clip is just like it cuts to these 3 birds, and their wings are just flapping, and they're just sitting there, and then it cuts back to them, and then it cuts back to the birds, and they're still standing there with their wings flapping, and it's just like it's like a video game almost. Like it's so bad. Like they're just. It's awful.
And like I just love the way the actors are acting. Like it's so incredibly bad. Like the actors in Troll 2 are better than the actors in Birdemic. And there's a sequel too. And the director, he just seems like such a nice guy. Like he's just like, I just wanted to make my movie, and it's okay if people don't like it, or if people, you know, like think it's bad. I had fun making it. And
Good for him.
It's just this adorable like Asian guy. But I'm going to bring up one last one, and I'm sure Morgan will embellish more after I'm finished. But definitely, like, when it comes to like bad movies, like on par with all of the ones that I just mentioned, like Troll 2, Plan 9, The Room, Birdemic. I don't think there's anything worse than Manos the Hand.
Like, you mean there's nothing better?
Okay, guys, Manos has 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. We found a movie that has 0%.
It's so
Isn't
bad.
That's actually like, I love that.
Where was it filmed? Like who was the director? Like what cultural background?
I believe it came out in
It's a 60s movie.
1966.
Yeah.
Hal P. Warren is the guy who wrote it
Sounds
and
American.
directed.
Yep.
And we watched it once.
Yeah, we did.
Like, and I was I was like, it was like torture. It was
So
bad.
it's not bad because it's coming from a different culture in the 60s that we didn't
No.
understand. This is an
No,
American
it's an American
culture
movie,
film.
yeah.
Okay.
But a similar sort of idea to like Tommy Wiseau and the Birdemic director kind of, and from the things that I read, again, it was like a guy who just was really, really passionate. He wanted to make his movie, and he did everything that he possibly could to like, you know, make it happen. He hired local people.
Did he write it as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he hired local people, and it just turned out being really, really bad. There's actually a blog that was written by the girl who played the daughter. She was really, really young in the movie.
Yeah,
And
she was like 6 or something.
yeah,
God,
and so she has a blog about Manos, the Hands of Fate, and all the things that she remembers.
The goblins are trying to get Joshua while the townsfolk are having a hoedown with the family downstairs, and the mom looks even crazier than she usually does. They're trying to get them to eat the food. But yeah, like Manos is it was I think Mystery Science Theater are the reason why people know about it,
Yeah, absolutely. That's
because they're
yeah.
the ones that kind of like put it on the map. And it's just like we watched it one night and I was like, this is so bad. Like, I think, you know, the last time we talked about it, I was like, I don't think I can watch it again. But now that I'm thinking about it, like, maybe I will watch it
We should
again.
watch it again, for sure.
Well, I think we have to because I'm helping Morgan make her costume for Halloween because she's going to fucking be Manos for Halloween this year.
Oh, man. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
wait to make my own cult smock. It's
But
going to
can
be
you,
amazing.
I can't believe it has a 0%.
Yeah.
Like 0. Isn't that
It's
fucking insane?
really
I just
bad.
think it's so weird because I've seen bad movies, but I've seen like 0% type of bad movies, but they've been locally made just by friends. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
haven't been produced fucking movies.
Yeah.
Distributed movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how do they fucking get distributed?
Well,
I know, it's
I don't
insane.
know. I don't know that Manos actually ended up having like a wide distribution when it came out. Like from what I remember reading on that blog, it was like so they had the big premiere in the town afterwards, and like the guy who directed went all out, and he like, you know, rented a really nice theater and rolled out a red carpet, and everybody sat down in the theater, and when the movie started playing, they realized the piece of shit that they were in,
No.
and they never talked about it again.
Guess what the budget was?
Oh, probably nothing. Like
Just
20
guess.
grand. 20 grand.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, $19,000 to
Yeah.
make Manos the Hands of Fate.
Oh, it's so bad.
yeah, and didn't like the bum die?
Um,
Or he was like on acid
oh
or
yeah,
something?
no. Okay, so apparently,
God.
there's a guy who plays like the bum or whatever in the movie, and he was on acid the entire time. And-
John Reynolds.
Love the 60s.
Yeah,
Ah!
and his character's name is Torgo, and I'm just gonna turn my computer around so Megan can see what he looks like. It's like they put more hair on his like eyebrows to make him have a unibrow.
yeah.
Yeah, so this guy is like he's like the store owner from
Right,
Troll 2
right.
version of like the crazy hobo in Manos. And he was on acid like the entire time. Maybe Claudio is just a big fan of
Maybe,
Manos.
yeah. But yeah, I think it went into obscurity for a really long time, and then because I don't think that the daughter in the movie, the girl who played the little girl, even had seen the movie since that day that the filming or like the movie theater like premiere happened. And then it was like she was trying to find a copy for years and years, and then apparently Mystery Science Theater put it out on like Comedy Central or something like that, and she ended up being able to contact them to get a copy finally in like the 90s or something.
You know what I don't understand? I was just thinking, this movie is actually like nonstop. I don't understand why people are saying it's so bad because it's nonstop. Like there's always something. This guy looks like a fucking vampire werewolf.
Cult leader guy,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cult leader, demon. There's always something going on in this movie.
Yeah.
You know what movie I genuinely did not like, and we fucking reviewed it, and I thought I didn't like it because it was boring.
What movie?
Was the fucking Vagina Eater.
Oh, Teeth?
No, the movie we reviewed, the fucking Unborn Baby Eater. That Taiwan movie with the unborn baby eater. It was one of our first episodes.
Yeah.
Fucking
Mystics in Bali.
Mystics
in
in
Bali.
Bali. That movie
Yeah.
was
No, it was
legitimately
boring. Yeah. That's
So
because
how-
there's only the one scene that's funny.
So I don't get how movies like that have better reviews and blah 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 than like Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
to me, a bad movie is a boring, go nowhere. Like, that movie didn't
Yeah.
have its scene.
Yeah, it's like a bad movie.
It's
Whereas
a bad
like,
bad. This
whereas
is a
like,
bad good
yeah,
bad. This
good.
is good bad.
This is like a bad good movie. Whereas like this fucking pastor guy is like in flames. That's probably the budget right
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah, no, when something is like continuously like occurring at all times, but that one was also made in Bali, so like I feel like the language barrier, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
might make a difference. But like we should watch Manos again,
Yeah.
like, because
So I
it's
feel like
like
it'd be another good bad
it's
movie.
I don't think it's as good as Troll 2. Like
No.
Troll 2 was just ridiculous, but Manos, like, because it was made in the 60s, it's like there are some parts that are like really boring, but
Yeah.
it's like it's so popular that like so many fucking movies and TV shows like reference How I Met Your Mother fucking referenced it. There's a cartoon called Gravity Falls and
Yeah.
they
No
reference it. One of the
way!
characters in Gravity Falls is like wearing the cape. Like it's actually insane like how many other like TV shows and like movies like reference Manos. And I think it's all thanks to like the Mystery Science Theater guys. But is that like the documentary, like, is that happening or?
Oh, that's a good question, because I remember seeing that they had like a Kickstarter type thing going on because they were going to do the documentary about it. Because everybody, I think, there's a few people that may have died, but I think the one guy who plays Manos is still alive. Actually,
That's crazy.
wasn't that the little girl's dad? I
I
want to say that the daughter that was in the movie actually was the daughter of somebody. Yeah, Jackie Neiman and Tom Neiman.
wow.
They were related. So the girl who plays the daughter.
Master. It's
Yeah.
not even credited as Manos. It's just the Master.
Yeah.
The Master
Interesting.
Vader.
Well, you might be a cunning linguist, but I'm a master debater.
My sister Fanny, hee hee hee. Now turn to page 69. 69. But yeah, definitely like a lot of people don't appreciate bad movies, but we definitely do.
That's what we do
That's
here
what we
at Witch
do.
Finger Horror Podcast. We
Yeah.
appreciate all the bad,
I
the
have a
best,
couple
worst
friends.
movies.
Yeah, like I have a couple friends that I've like made them sit down and like watch like Troll 2 or something like silly, you know what I mean? And like they're just like, this is boring, this is terrible. I'm like, yeah, but it's terrible, but it's like funny because it's terrible.
Yeah, not everyone.
I know.
Gets that.
Not everybody gets it. Like, yeah. Like, I
I
remember...
guess you have to be
But those are the
deranged
people-
to get
And
it.
you know what? It's really funny when we were talking about. I know we kind of like whatever the word. I'm like, so this is Megan. Every other time we drink, I either drink wine or beer. I'm drinking alcohol, like vodka tonight. So I'm
Shit's
feeling-
gonna get
yeah,
messy.
No, I'm feeling pretty messy. But what I was gonna say was, we diverted from your list of movies,
Mm-hmm.
and it's funny because the people who would not appreciate stuff like this are the same people who would love a movie that was on my list of bad movies.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hated Avatar. Like, some people love blockbusters, like, love blockbusters. I
Yeah.
left Avatar, I was pissed. I was like, Avatar is Pocahontas and Dances with Wolves all rolled
Yeah.
into
Oh,
yeah,
one.
he totally
It is
just
a
ripped
fucking
off the story.
rip-off. The
Yeah.
movie was uninteresting to me. It was over CGI. The storyline sucked. The acting was brutal. Sigourney Weaver was the only redeeming factor because I worship her.
Yeah.
Like, I really didn't like that movie, and I feel like a lot of people who wouldn't like and appreciate the movies we watch and review on our podcast are the type of movies who worship blockbusters. Like,
Yeah,
Michael
no, I
Bay
know,
is
yeah.
like their god.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I know.
So, like, different strokes, I guess, right?
yeah, for sure. Those are definitely like the not our types of people.
I don't mind some Michael Bay movies. I'm just saying I don't fucking own every single goddamn one of them.
Yeah, no, Avatar was insulting almost. Like it was just I could not
Dude.
believe that it was like a complete like he just stole the fucking story of Pocahontas and Dances with Wolves.
Yeah.
Like you legitimately just stole that. I think they actually tried to sue him, but I mean
Really?
that's
You
Not-
financially you can't. sue
Not
that
only
man.
that, though, but, like, how much money it cost, an exorbitant amount of money to make,
Yeah.
and it took him how many fucking years to put it
And
out?
apparently
That was
there's
PJ,
going to
right?
be
Yeah,
a
like
trilogy,
crazy.
but
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still happening. But
How do you
It's
further
not.
that storyline? How do you
No, I
further
know.
that bullshit storyline?
But it's like it makes me sad that it was James Cameron because James Cameron.
Oh, it was James
fucking,
Cameron. I thought it was Peter Jackson.
No,
Sorry.
no.
Yeah.
But James Cameron like fucking gave us Terminator, and then I watched Avatar like just to watch it,
Well-
and like the scenes, the nighttime scenes were gorgeous. Like with all the glowing
Yeah.
plants and stuff. But I was like, I can't believe that it's like, okay, it's the same as like the concept of Donald Trump being able to run to be the president of
is
like the
interesting.
nation, and like James Cameron being able to like actually be able to make a movie that he like directly stole.
Just 'cause you're
a
rich, you can do
story.
whatever the
You know what I
fuck.
mean?
Yeah,
Like it's just like
yeah.
seriously, like just because you're fucking rich, like you can like get away with whatever you want.
Yeah.
That made me sad. Like Avatar made me sad because James Cameron like graced us with Terminator, and I fucking loved the Terminator. Like
Maybe
one
Among
and
other
two.
movies.
Maybe
done a
he's
lot of
just
good
out of
stuff,
touch,
but-
though.
I don't know. Yeah,
You get
I
old
heard that
sometimes,
there
and you
was-
don't know like what's cool anymore. A lot of times,
Yeah.
you know, when you're younger and you have really super
But that
great
movie
ideas.
did really well, Morgan.
It did.
The,
It did.
It did really
So
well.
the budget was
unfortunately.
That's because people were
237
told.
million.
$200 million.
That's
Two hundred
crazy.
thirty-seven million,
on.
but the box office, dude, the box office made like 2.8 billion.
That's crazy.
I know.
'Cause there was
And then
so much
and then
hype.
we're watching Troll 2 that like made that like budget $200,000 and we love it.
Yeah.
Okay, by the
exactly,
way-
exactly.
Guys, we're at the popcorn
This
scene.
scene is amazing.
This scene
Oh, I was gonna go pee. I guess I'll
is
stay.
amazing. But while we're talking, why don't you talk about other like bad movies that you enjoy or hate?
So the only other one I'm gonna is that the queen?
yeah,
No.
the
Yeah,
goblin
she's all
queen. She's
sexy
actually
now.
super hot, eh?
Oh, she's a babe. She's gonna fuck herself with that corn cob.
Oh.
You'll see.
Anyways, the only movie I really wanted to bring up, and I was talking to Yaz and Morgan about this earlier, was Batman.
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
Ugh.
Oh my
With
god.
Chris O'Donnell, Alicia Silverstone,
And
and
George
George
Clooney.
Clooney. And Arnold Schwarzenegger. And
No, was it? Yeah, and
yeah,
Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman.
Oh my
and,
God,
And
yes.
Bane. And the original. I liked that Bane, actually. He was stupid and he was big.
I
and he
haven't
was
watched
clumsy,
the
but-
movie in a long time, but I watched there's a YouTube documentary about like how bad that movie is, and the director and like Chris O'Donnell and like George Clooney are like in it, and like they're talking about like how like there was all these like ideas that came forth like during production, and they were
Yeah.
just like, you sure you want to put nipples like on the costume? You know what I mean? And like they'd just be like, okay, whatever the director wants to do it, so let's just do it. And it turned out to be like the worst movie ever.
Is that the same one with the Riddler, Jim Carrey?
No, that's
No.
Batman Forever.
Batman
that's
Forever.
With Val,
I like
Val
That's
Kilmer.
Val
I like
Kilmer.
Batman Forever.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one with Jim Carrey and Two-Face, Tommy Lee Jones.
So there's a scene in Batman and Robin with George Clooney that we were talking about where it's like these gangsters, but they have neon paint all over them.
Yes,
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it's
I
the
remember that.
motorcycle, and they have
yeah,
like
yeah.
their drum. Like I actually think that's pretty cool. Like I like watching that scene. I think it's cool. The idea is shit. The execution is shit. But me personally, I'm like, ooh, bright colors. Like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah, well, like sometimes like the visuals like can make a whole scene for sure.
And there's a lot of acrobatics and people
Yeah.
flipping around and jumping around. There's like a lot for the eye to watch, but at the same time, that movie.
I
was
love that.
just-
Like, there's a Wikipedia list of like the worst movies ever made, and Batman and Robin is on that list.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
It is.
What
terrible.
are some of the other movies
there's,
on this
there
list?
are so many. Like,
They were
Battlefield
pretty
Earth.
obscure.
Battlefield Earth.
Oh, you guys
so-
just watched
We
that.
did, yeah.
did.
Me
We
and
did
Morgan
watch it.
just watched. I've seen random clips of Battlefield Earth, like in my youth. Like me and my brother used to watch it when we were kids, and I just always remember like laughing at how the scene where John Travolta like is drunk, and but like me and Morgan just recently watched it, and like I can't believe how fucking bad that
It's
movie is.
so
It's so boring.
bad. Yeah.
Like the whole fucking thing just takes place in this one area outdoors.
Yeah.
And that's it. And they're wearing like New Rock boots
Oh,
with like
the
threads.
costumes are terrible.
I don't even know what it's about.
It's about like
they're like aliens and they're mining all the resources on Earth, and humans
and
are.
L. Ron Hubbard, the guy who created Scientology, wrote the novel. So because he used to be like a science fiction novelist, and then he created Scientology, but it's based on one of his like science fiction novels.
Yeah, like
So that's why John
they're
Travolta's in
enslaving
it.
humans
Yeah.
and stuff. And
You can create a whole religion based around what you write. I wrote a really cool story when I was a kid about Jesus. He planted a palm tree and the coconuts granted miracles.
What?
Wow.
So I'm gonna start a religion about that shit.
Yeah, worshipping the coconut.
The coconut god. Wow.
I had no idea that guy was a science fiction writer.
Yeah, he was
I
a
had
science
no
fiction
idea.
writer before he
Yep.
started to Scientology. Yeah,
Yeah,
on,
and he was like, "Oh, the best way to make money is to start a religion."
to start a cult.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he actually. I believe it's an actual quote of his. And now, well, he's dead now, but like he
He's
did.
dead?
Oh, yeah, L.
He
Ron
made a
Hubbard
lot of
died,
money
yeah.
though. For
And his
sure.
son-
Old age?
His son
yeah, I
has
think
been
so.
like interviewed before, and he was not into the whole Scientology thing, and he like spoke out about like how crazy his dad was and stuff, and how he's like he just did it for the money. And,
Cool.
yeah, there's a lot of really good Scientology documentaries out there, like Going Clear.
Oh,
is,
that
like, the
one is
best
one of the
It's
best.
so
though.
good.
Just tell me that they're not super upsetting, because I get really upset. Like, when you see people fucking throwing away their entire lives for something,
Oh
I
yeah,
can't watch this shit. I
and
can't,
not only
like,
are they
it's
throwing
too
away their
sad.
lives,
It
but
just makes
their
me mad that
money
they're
Yeah, like,
and
stupid
mad
enough to
and
do
sad
that.
And like, ugh.
Yeah. No, apparently Battlefield, the movie Battlefield Earth is only based on the first half of the novel.
Oh, okay.
So there's like a whole other fucking
Oh,
story.
I couldn't imagine a sequel.
I know, it's so bad. Like, I can't believe
The
how
colors,
fucking bad
I
it is.
felt like the whole movie was like run through like a really, really horrible like
And
purple green.
the entire
filter.
fucking movie
on
has
an angle.
Dutch angles.
Yeah.
Like the entire
What's a
fucking
Dutch angle?
like on an angle. Like so like the
Okay.
entire fucking movie, like all the scenes were
I
like
feel like when I saw the costumes, it looked like they had a lot of money behind them, though.
yeah.
Was it a
I think
high-budget
John
film?
Travolta's in it, so
Like
John
an
Travolta
obviously
paid
unsuccessful,
for it, though.
high-budget film?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say so.
I believe the budget was 73 million.
That's
Wow.
a lot of millions.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
Yeah, but
A
it
lot
made
more than-
29 million at the box
Ooh.
office. Ah.
ooh.
But it's just funny, like seeing John Travolta like trying to portray this like
Oh, like womanizing,
mean
like
alien.
yeah, he's like doesn't look mean. Like you can't take him
No,
seriously at all.
not at all.
It was terrible.
Yeah, and then I didn't know that Forrest Whitaker was a Scientologist.
Yeah,
Because
and-
basically the entire movie is just like Scientologists, actors.
yeah. So and he's in it. As
Oh my
well.
god, Battlefield Earth has a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, that's bad.
Wow,
It's rotten.
it's pretty off. It's pretty awful.
What do you got, Morgan?
Oh, for my list. All right. Well, Manos: The Hands of Fate is definitely on my list, and we talked about it already. It's just so bad that it's ridiculous. Do you remember the granny panties at the end?
No.
Do you remember there's like all these
I
women?
like
and
blocked it
they're, like,
out of my mind.
It's like the cult scene where like all the women are like writhing outside or whatever, and they're all wearing these like really high like white like
Wow, I
granny
do not
panties.
remember this at all.
Yeah, really, really just terrible. Dead Alive is another really fun, funny, silly horror movie.
Yeah, which is actually what I was going to bring up as well when it came to like silly comedy horrors, and the fact that our next episode will be our first ever live panel screening, and we
Yeah.
will be screening Dead
Dead
Alive,
Alive.
yeah, at the London Comic Con. I guess by the time this episode is released, it'll be this weekend coming up, but I'm pretty excited for that because that movie is just like nonstop like entertainment from like beginning
Oh
to
yeah,
end.
and like one-liners, and just it's just so ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I remember watching it. I think the first time I saw it, I was like 14 years old, and I can't believe that Peter Jackson,
I know.
like Lord of the Rings, like what? Imagine what you could do with a budget that's like never ending. Really.
Yeah,
you
I
could
know.
do anything. You went from Dead Alive to fucking Lord of the Rings. Like,
Not even Dead Alive, Bad Taste.
oh yeah, even
Yeah.
worse.
Bad Taste
I
is
love
even.
Bad
Oh my god, I know, I love
Taste.
it
I
too.
love Bad
It's so
Taste.
bad. Like I love the part, and also like Green Slime. Like they're like drinking like the vomit. Do you remember when they they barf into the bowl and then they drink their own vomit? I haven't seen that movie in a long
yeah.
fucking time, but it is pretty fucking entertaining. But yeah, no, Peter Jackson. It's so funny. He went from being like this,
Campy,
small,
silly,
like
horror
low
movies,
budget
yeah.
horror director to like directing fucking Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing, and he did a great job. I thought.
Yeah,
that all the
he
Lord of the
actually
Rings
like
movies
didn't
are
even
amazing.
like the budget for the Lord of the Rings movies like aren't as high as you would think.
He did a lot with the money he had.
Not
Yeah.
as high as Battlefield Earth.
I don't know.
I guess
feel
we'll
like
find out.
Dead Alive is one of those movies, we've discussed this before, Morgan, like movies that are iconic when you
Yeah.
walked into the video store.
Absolutely.
I remember seeing the cover for Dead Alive, like
the like mouth and the
mouth.
skull thing in
yeah,
there. Yeah,
and that was another one where it was like you always saw that one.
Yep. Yeah, it was amazing. I love that movie. There's so many good lines from it. You've got the bite.
So the just to compare, we were talking about Avatar earlier. The budget for just Avatar was $237 million. The budget for all 3 Lord of the Rings movies was $281 million.
Oh my god, fuck you, Avatar.
Yeah, but that just goes to show like how even though like you would think that the Lord of the Rings movies would cost a lot of money with like
Yeah.
all the like the crazy CGI and stuff like that, but
Well, not only that, they had some high budget actors in that movie as well.
yeah, I know, but
they
like
had
all
a
3
lot of-
movies was only $281 million. Like,
and
isn't
they
that insane?
probably, and I know that Avatar made
Because he's
however
a smart
billion,
director.
but the thing with Lord of the Rings is like it made a shit ton of money and it spanned like kids love Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, the box office was 2.9 billion, so like the same as Avatar, except they just like didn't spend as much money.
No, okay, I know we're talking about
Sorry, like Lord of the Rings.
I don't
didn't spend as much money.
understand the industry as well as you guys do, because Lord of the Rings has so much merch.
Yeah.
Avatar had merch for like a year, and then it kind of like fizzled. Lord of the Rings merch is still a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
How does that factor into people making money who were in the film?
I think it depends on a lot. Like, for example, like Yonan Vasquez, the creator of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac comics and Invader Zim,
Yeah.
he created like the cartoon Invader Zim, which was distributed and like bought by like Nickelodeon. And then when Nickelodeon released like the cartoon, there was like some problems with like Yonan and Nickelodeon, and so they split ways, and the show got canceled after 3 seasons, and all of the merch fucking money goes to Nickelodeon. Like, he doesn't get one dime from all of the toys and like all the action figures
that
from like
hurts my
yeah,
brain.
it depends like on like contracts, it depends on like
yeah.
terms and like issues and stuff like that, but yeah, it can be complicated.
Yeah, like I mean, a lot of times, like when you are gonna be signing a contract, like I mean, from my experience in the music industry, when you sign a contract, you're signing like that you allow the record company to use your likeness however they want to promote and however that actually works and how that helps with the movie. So basically, they're signing their rights away to their own likeness. So things like toys and stuff like that, they probably wouldn't get a cut of, but they might, depending on how the deal was actually worked out. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting though, because Lord of the Rings is specifically a different scenario because it's based on a book, and it was like such a huge thing. Like it's like the kind of thing that like grown men are it's like Star Wars.
But I mean,
like,
Orlando Bloom's face in particular is what I mean, because the story itself is obviously Tolkien.
Yeah.
But like the actor, if I buy a T-shirt with Orlando Bloom in that gorgeous blonde wig with the pointy ears,
The elf.
oh, like I can't talk anymore.
But I think also with the Lord of the Rings movies, like the Weinstein brothers, like they were the screenwriters, and like they offered to just be the screenwriters for like $75 million. But yeah, like it's all, I guess it depends on like who you work with, like the production company, the producers, and like I imagine like when people are like in the organizing part of like making a movie, they probably sit down with all these people and like calculate like a value, like a budget. And like it's just like it's quite surprising that all 3 Lord of the Rings movies like only needed like the same amount of money
as
that
one
Avatar movie.
Pretentious fucking
I know,
Avatar.
right? Yeah, I know, it's bullshit. Because obviously everybody knows the title Lord of the Rings, right? So they know it's going to be like successful. So they know that the gross is going to be much higher. But like I don't even know like why did Avatar cost that much money?
Honestly,
I think it was shot with 3D cameras.
Oh, it was, because that was the original, not the original big 3D.
It was one of the
new big 3D.
Yeah, like they actually shot it with like 3D cameras.
Because CGI can't be that expensive to produce.
CGI is cheap. That's why people use it.
Like you're paying a lot of designers and stuff.
Yeah.
But what's the cost in a 3D camera? The cost of the camera
Probably a
itself.
lot.
Well, if it was a newer technology, it was probably super expensive.
So
It's
the camera
probably cheaper
itself,
now.
and the person who's operating the camera
And the
is
film
probably,
or
yeah.
whatever
And the
they're
editing
actually
and all that
using to
stuff.
like record, who knows? I always thought that it took so long because there was like some problems with like scripts and things like that, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
it just
I'm not
seemed
sure.
like it took so long to come out. It was like
I think there
Avatar.
was like I
10
remember
years.
reading about like a lawsuit possibly from, I don't want to say Disney, but like whoever wrote obviously like Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Like they tried to sue, but it didn't
can't,
win because
yeah.
obviously he's got really fucking expensive lawyers. Like I think it the same thing happened with the Hunger Games.
Oh my god!
The Hunger
Oh,
Games.
That Japanese
God.
movie was it
Yeah,
Japanese?
yeah, it's a complete fucking ripoff of
Come
Battle
on.
Royale.
Battle Royale.
It's a complete
Yeah.
like they just but the author of like so what happened was like I think the writers of Battle Royale like actually did contact the woman who wrote the novels
Right.
of the Hunger Games,
Right.
and then nothing happened because she swore she'd never heard of the
You know
Battle
what?
Royale,
And
and that could happen.
happens.
Yeah, like
she
it
doesn't
could be a
seem
coincidence.
like the type who would be watching weird Japanese. Gore
That's right. I know
movies,
you're right. I know, but the fact that it's still like.
They deserve some credit.
Yeah,
Battle
they
Royale
deserve some
wasn't
fucking...
a small movie though. Like it
Yeah.
was pretty. I would say like fairly well known.
Yeah. But I can't believe, like, The Hunger Games is a complete fucking ripoff of Battle Royale. It's
Yeah,
the same
because to be
story.
fair, Morgan, movies that I think are like super mainstream, I bring up to some of my friends who I've known since I was a kid, so we
Yeah.
don't necessarily have a lot in common now.
Right.
You know, and I'll bring something up, like Pumpkinhead, for
Yeah.
example, that we think is super mainstream, and they're like, what the fuck is Pumpkinhead?
No,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
Yeah, like, fucking teens that love Hunger Games have no idea what Battle Royale is.
And if they did, it'd blow their mind, give them nightmares
They would
for a year.
kill themselves.
Yeah, like, seriously. And we're talking about, like, movies that were, like, so bad that they were good and stuff like that. I have to bring into play a lot of the filmed in space movies. Jason Goes to Space.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Hellraiser
Leprechaun in
Leprechaun
Space.
Like, all of these, like, super brutal.
Yeah, those are terrible.
You bring them to
It's
space,
like those are
they're
the ones that
gonna
were
be-
shot in like a green room. Like they build a set for like the main room, but everything else was just like the green screen.
Like Freddy vs. Jason wasn't in space, but it was bad.
Oh, you
It
mean
was-
Jason X?
No, Freddy vs. Jason. The actual movie Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah, I kind of have a soft spot
Was
for it.
so bad.
I know, I like it.
So
I think
many
it's
bad, but it was bad.
one-liners.
It's better than Jason X.
Got your nose.
Right? And the CGI in that so
Yeah,
bad.
that is bad.
That,
It is
that
really
one
bad.
scene
Yeah.
in
I think,
particular.
but that was like early 2000s, so that's when CGI like was like at its peak. So everybody had,
Yeah.
all movies had like bad CGI in it. But yeah, I know it's
Jason X was. You're right.
it's
It was
bad. Jason X was pretty bad, except for I can appreciate the kill with the
Nitroglycerin.
yeah, when he smashes
Nitroglycerin?
her face.
Yeah.
Like when it gets frozen, then he just like smashes it on the counter. Like that part is fucking awesome. It's amazing, and I like how like the
Space
one
movies are
guy.
bad.
I don't know if you remember this like old Canadian show Squawk Box.
Yep.
Yeah, the one kid in Jason X is the kid from
Really?
Squawk Box.
What?
Yeah, he's like a Canadian
know that.
actor, and he's also in Harold and Kumar. Go to White Castle.
Okay, well, I
he's
know
the
that
weed
movie off
dealer.
by heart.
He's the weed dealer.
Oh my god! At the
I'm
university.
like a business hippie.
Yeah, it's like $80. Yeah.
Yeah,
that guy's
yeah.
awesome.
207. See you ladies later. Yeah,
He's
I've
all
seen that movie a
stoned.
lot.
Oh, you just sunk my battle shit.
Another I like how like Superman 4 is also known to be one of like the worst fucking movies ever
Superman
made.
4.
We've talked
Oh,
about
yeah.
it before. It's so fucking
Yeah.
bad. It's so
Who's in
bad.
Superman 4?
Fucking what's his name? I always forget his name.
Christopher Reeves.
No, well yes, he is in it, but
Richard Pryor?
No.
He's in Superman 3, 2?
Gene Hackman. The one with Gene Hackman
Oh.
is terrible. I love this list though. The Wikipedia like list of,
Hobgoblins. That's on my list of things to
I
watch.
have Hobgoblins on VHS and I still haven't watched it. I'm waiting for you guys.
Another movie that I saw in a lot of lists that I think I sent you the trailer for is that movie that's like The Lamp.
Yeah, I've
That
heard of
movie
that.
looks. It's like a genie,
But
but
it-
like an evil goblin genie.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. It's on a lot of lists of the worst movies ever.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so like actually one of the movies that I stumbled upon a long time ago that kind of like made me think of the idea of having this podcast was Things. So I
Things.
sent you the link. It's a Canadian-made movie, and I watched clips of it, and I was laughing so hard I was crying. Like, it looks so fucking bad. And it's a Canadian movie and made in 1989, and it cost $35,000.
Is that movie that was like
it's got a porn
filmed?
star in
It's
it.
like
in a house.
in an apartment
Yes.
or something. Yes. Oh, I
Yeah.
totally remember that.
Things is like apparently one of the worst movies ever made, and I really, really want to watch it. Like, it looks pretty fucking bad. And
Did the movie just end like that?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if you noticed at the end there, like they're like eating a corpse, and that's the corpse of his mom, and her boobs are out. Did you see that? There's boobs.
Yeah,
Titties.
but she's wearing like a white bra.
Yeah.
though.
So they get his mom?
Yeah, and they're eating her. Oh my god!
Oh my god! But another one that I wanted to bring up that's like noted for being one of the worst movies ever made is Highlander 2.
Oh
do you
my
remember?
god!
Do you remember the scene where they're like flying around like on their like jetpack?
In the alleyway?
Yeah!
Yes!
Oh my god!
In the
It's so
alleyway!
bad. Oh my god!
They have that
it's so
battle,
fucking
the
bad.
alleyway battle.
Yeah,
Oh,
that part
no.
is so fucking terrible. But like, it's so bad that it's funny. You know what I mean? Like, I just love it. Like fucking Batman and Robin and all those
Oh,
other
yeah.
like terrible
So
movies.
many bad
Troll
movies.
2.
We don't have enough time for all of these bad movies. Like, there's not enough time left in the universe for all of them. There's too many.
Is there anything else you wanted to bring up?
Well, I had Society on my list.
Society.
It's kind of, I don't know, it's probably supposed to be serious, but I think it's pretty silly. Just like the stuff like the shower scene where like her boobs are on her back and she's like,
I know.
I think the
It's kinda
difference between
silly.
Society and Troll 2 is opposite as to what you said. I think Society to me looks like a silly movie.
Yeah.
Troll 2 looks like a movie that maybe
They're
someone took
trying to be
seriously,
serious,
but Society
yeah.
is so fucked up that you're like, no one could have possibly.
Yeah, like the butthead thing, like, oh my god,
I know.
really? Who wrote that fucking into the script? Also, in Return of the Living Dead, that movie, I know that a lot of people are like, I mean, it's one of my favorite zombie movies, but I still feel like there's a little bit of like silly campiness in it. That's
Oh,
like,
yeah, for
they're
sure.
trying to be silly, and so I put that on the list too. But other than that, yeah, that's my list. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Woo-woo.
Well, before we conclude this episode, would you like to say something,
Not
Megan?
at all.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
You looked like you wanted to say something.
I didn't want to say anything.
I would like to read some Amazon reviews. So I found 4 that are really good. Like, there was a lot. There was like fucking 44 pages of reviews, and most of them were just people that were just like, oh my god, so bad it's good. Like, if you like yourself, don't watch this movie. Like, stuff like that. But the ones that I found are pretty fucking ridiculous. Okay, so this one, the person didn't leave their name. It's just by Amazon customer.
Pussy.
We do not remember days, we remember moments. Few films have been able to achieve the level of depth and complexity that this movie has introduced into the lives of its viewers. When you watch this film, you make a conscious decision to render yourself vulnerable to themes of moral strife and familial vitality.
Wow.
When I made the decision to push play, I indirectly made the decision to change my life forever.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, so it gets better.
Amazing.
Okay, so this one is by Crystal Weston Chandler. Troll 2, Spiritual Redemption.
Oh my god.
After witnessing the universe's magnum opus, I now awaken every day to an overwhelming sense of hopelessness. Nothing could ever fill this void. My last will and testament commands that my carcass be shrouded in burlap and a goblin mask adorned upon my face. That my flesh, it's like poetry.
Yeah.
That my flesh be liquefied in a bath of heated lye, the soupy remains tinted with a few drops of green food coloring, and
Wow.
my vessel consumed by my loved ones, forever
my.
merging my soul with theirs, all while a young boy plays with a baseball, sporting my final words in green Elmer's glue. Grandpa, are you really in hell? The question soon to be answered.
What the hell?
I like how these people are the ones that like write these kinds of reviews, like sit there and like take lengths of time to come up with this.
Oh, yeah.
That's how much they care about Troll 2.
That person had wizard sleeves.
Wizards.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah!
When they were writing that, they had
That's
these big old
amazing.
sleeves.
Yeah. Okay, so this one is by Heather Hauser, a really confidence booster. a real confidence booster. I'm sorry. I give it 4 stars, not because it is a good movie, because even Ed Wood made better ones, but because of the boost in my self-esteem that I gained from it. Watching movies like Citizen Kane or Fantasia reinforces the fact that even on my best day, I could never hope to achieve such excellence, while Troll 2 assures me that I could make a better movie the day after having a lobotomy.
Oh, I see where
There you
they're
go.
going with that.
And this
Okay.
one, I think this one, somebody just wrote it just to fuck with the readers, but it's by Timberculosis. And it's titled Ironic Suicide. I hated this movie. Yes. I know the ironic appreciation is pretty high for this film, but to be perfectly honest, I cried after watching this film because I knew I was an hour closer to death. I love people sometimes.
Oh my god.
I really do.
That's so funny.
I know. Well, on that note,
I cried myself.
because I knew I was an hour away from death. Amazing.
Well, I thought it was good. I mean, to be perfectly honest with the listeners, I didn't get to watch it in its entirety.
That's true.
We had a lot to chat about,
Oh, for sure.
and I'm fairly intoxicated. But it looked really cool.
Yeah. I think it's hilarious.
looked
It's
really
like
cool.
anybody who, like, that's obviously like a horror fan, like you just say the words Troll 2 and they're like, oh yeah.
I think
like everybody
the
knows.
documentary especially was like
Yeah.
super enlightening. I'm so glad I watched it.
Yeah. I know. It makes me like so happy that, like a movie as terrible as, like a bad movie, like will have so many fans that it makes people so happy. And like, it's like a gathering, a community of people who get together to go to the screenings, stuff like that. So you can get together and like laugh at it,
Yeah.
and like make friends. It's definitely something that I appreciate about bad movies, which is a great thing about them. But, yeah, for sure, definitely. Like, I've watched this movie so many times, like I said before, that my DVD is now skipped.
Yep, it's a good one.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Once
Yay!
again, we're signing off and going to the bar to drink more booze.
Party time.
Excellent! Oh my god, they're eating her. And then they're
They're
gonna
gonna
eat
eat
me.
me.
Oh my god!